I was just 10 years old when I experienced something that still sends chills down my spine. It was the middle of the night, and I was deep asleep in my bed when I suddenly woke up, feeling an odd presence. Groggy and confused, I squinted into the darkness and froze. There, at the foot of my bed, stood a white, glowing figure. It wasn't just a shadow or a trick of the light. It was a man. Clear as a day, even though my room was pitch black. I should have been terrified, but I wasn't. Somehow I felt calm, almost safe. He was an older man, bald, and dressed sharply in a shirt, waistcoat, and dress trousers. It was like he'd stepped out of a photograph from decades ago. I sat up in bed, my heart pounding, trying to make sense of it all. We started talking, and to my surprise, it felt so natural, as if this stranger was someone I'd known my whole life. He introduced himself as Grandpop. I had never met my grandfather. He had passed away before I was born. Yet, here he was, speaking to me like we had shared 1,000 memories. We talked for what felt like hours, and even though I can't recall the exact words, I remember feeling a warmth I had never felt before. There was no rush, no fear, just his calm, reassuring presence, filling the room with a strange kind of peace. But then, as quickly as he appeared, things changed. The room got colder, and the light around him began to dim. He told me he had to go, and I felt a knot tighten in my chest. "I'll always be watching out for you," he said, his voice echoing softly. I managed to smile through the lump in my throat and said, "Bye, Grandpop. I love you." "I love you too," he whispered. And then in an instant he began to fade. One moment he was there, and the next he was gone, swallowed by the darkness. I sat there, stunned, my mind racing. Was it a dream? A ghost? I didn't know what to think, but I knew one thing for sure: it felt real. The next morning, I told my dad everything. I half expected him to laugh, or tell me I was just imagining things, but he didn't. His face went pale, and for a moment, he just stared at me. Then, in a shaky voice, he said, "That was my dad. We used to call him Grandpop. He's come to see me a few times too." Just like that. My blood ran cold. It wasn't just a dream, it was a true, ghostly encounter. Grandpop had come back, crossing some invisible boundary just to talk to me. Why that night? Why me? I never saw him again, but every so often, when the room goes silent and I'm all alone, I get that same feeling. Like someone is there watching over me, just like he promised. Maybe it's just my mind playing tricks on me. Or maybe it's Grandpop, still keeping his word even from beyond the grave. If you've ever felt like someone was watching, even when no one was there, you'll know exactly what I mean. Do you believe in ghostly visits? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more real-life haunted stories that will chill you to the core.